is that if Manny Pacquiao is really considering of coming back to professional boxing, I think that would be a good measurement and sign and a marketing for him.
Burn it. Burn it. Burn it. Yeah. Shit.
As long as he continues to fight MMA guys and YouTubers, he's gonna continue to look good and shine. But once he fights a real fighter, a real fighter that can really fight, it's not gonna be that good.
According to insider reports, undefeated boxing legend Floyd Mayweather Jr. made a surprise visit to Manny Pacquiao's training camp in Los Angeles. Pacquiao is getting ready for his much-anticipated return to the ring against Mario Barrios. This unexpected meetup between two of boxing's biggest stars has stirred excitement in the sports world, bringing back talk of their famous rivalry, mutual respect, and how the sport continues to change. Floyd Mayweather's visit to Manny Pacquiao's training camp seems to be more than just a friendly drop-in. It highlights the deep and complex connection between two legends of the sport. Their rivalry peaked with the famous 2015 fight of the century, a match that left a lasting impact on boxing. Since then, Mayweather has built a career in promotion and exhibition matches, while Pacquiao turned to politics and charity work. Still, their shared past and respect for one another have never faded.
You fought against Manny Pacquiao, you fought against Floyd Mayweather. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the hardest puncher, what would you rate both fighters?
We all know that Mayweather is not known for a big punch. It stings, it stings, yes. I would have to say they're about the same. It's funny because I didn't feel Pacquiao's punch. I didn't do anything to me, so I didn't really feel his punch. They punched the same. The only difference is that Pacquiao has the ability to really maybe knock you out, but he's got to land that perfect punch. And Pacquiao's more of a, he doesn't have that good timing like Mayweather.
What about speed?
Speed? It's different. It's different speed because Mayweather is a guy who for one fast shot, boom. Pacquiao he'll throw 4, 5, 6, 7 punches and fast. I think both guys might be the same. I would have to go with Pacquiao.
The rivalry between Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Manny Pacquiao is one of boxing's most historic and profitable. It lasted over a decade and led to their long-awaited showdown in 2015. That fight came after years of hype, negotiations, and huge fan demand. Talks first began around 2009, when both were at their peak, but disagreements about drug testing and promotional rights kept the fight on hold for several years.
Any version of Mayweather would have always beaten Pacquiao, in my opinion. I think Mayweather would have always done what's necessary for Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao had a greater career, but I think Mayweather's a better fighter. And I think Mayweather had the right things for somebody like Pacquiao. I mean, he had the right one-punch speed. He had the right IQ. He was bigger than Manny with longer arms. He had great feet. It's just a kryptonite for Manny Pacquiao. I personally thought so.
Manny Pacquiao spoke about that he shouldn't have.
Floyd Mayweather.
Floyd Mayweather, yeah.
Because it's a time and a place for everything. I'm not going to say he's right and I'm not going to say he's wrong. But it's so crazy. When he spoke about it, I could have easily came out and said, yeah, you spoke about it. I ain't have to say nothing. Just by you saying my name, they gave me a check for $4 million. He said my name when he didn't supposed to. Remember I said, it's a time and a place for any and everything.
Manny Pacquiao's boxing career is nothing short of legendary. Over the years, he won 12 major world titles and became the lineal champion in 4 weight classes: flyweight, featherweight, super featherweight, and super lightweight. What's truly amazing is that Pacquiao is the only boxer in history to win world titles across 4 different decades, from the 1990s through the 2020s. His fights have drawn huge crowds, earning over $122 billion from 25 pay-per-view events, proof of his massive popularity and lasting impact on boxing.
Philippine boxing legend Manny Pacquiao leads ESPN's list of top 25 Asian athletes of the 21st century. The 8th Division World Boxing Champ bested the likes of Chinese basketball icon Yao Ming and Japanese baseball superstar Ichiro Suzuki, who finished 2nd and 3rd respectively. Completing the top 5 are Korean football star Song Hong-min and Japanese-American Naomi Osaka. Also making the list, the Philippines' first ever Olympic gold medal winner, weightlifter Heidelin Diaz, and the PBA's 7-time PBA MVP, Junmar Fajardo.
In September 2021, Pacquiao announced his retirement from boxing to focus on politics. He ran for president in the Philippines during the 2022 elections, though he didn't win. Still, he stayed active in public service, working as a senator, and continuing his many charitable efforts. His dedication to helping others remained strong, even outside the ring.
Your thoughts on Manny Pacquiao's retirement?
One of the greatest fighters we've ever seen. Never ran from anybody. Had completely respected the sport of boxing. Was an ultimate champion. And I have to tell you, one of the nicest human beings you'll ever meet on the planet Earth. I mean, when people, I want to just say this real quick because I know we got to go because we got one more thing to discuss, Marcus.
Yeah.
When people talk about Manny Pacquiao and they say stuff like, well, he's fighting for money. I would like y'all to know that there are people who line up in the streets of the Philippines just to come get some money from him. He's very charitable.
Oh, yeah.
That's why money was compromising, because he's a giver. He's a special dude. I'm gonna miss him.
Now Pacquiao is officially returning to boxing at age 46, nearly 4 years after stepping away. He's scheduled to fight WBC welterweight champion Mario Barrios on July 19, 2025, at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas. Fans around the world are buzzing with excitement to see the boxing legend back in action.
Manny Pacquiao vs. Mario Barrios is a done deal. Fight will either happen July 19th or July 26th in Las Vegas or San Antonio. And it's not going to be a pay-per-view. It's going to be free on Amazon Prime. Whew. We blast Jake Paul for these types of fights. And yet a current world champion and Mario Barrios is going to go after Manny Pacquiao. Listen, I get it. You get to share the ring with the legend of Manny Pacquiao, one of the greatest to all ever do it. But he's been retired now. He's already in the Hall of Fame. Manny Pacquiao did not look good in his previous exhibition he did last year either. Mario Barrios should easily run laps around Manny Pacquiao, destroy him. Why are we wasting time with this type of fight? It makes absolutely no sense to me. Listen, 147, welterweight. Me and Talani just got done talking about this in our interview. 147 is a historically great boxing division. And there is great talent in the division right now. But the problem is that guys don't want to fight each other. We don't want unifications. We don't want undisputed. And we're getting fights like Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios. Why? This fight makes absolutely no sense. If this is even somewhat competitive, that is embarrassing on Mario Barrios' part. Why are we wasting time with this fight? Listen, Brian Norman Jr. should be fighting Boots Ennis, but he chose a decent alternative. Fighting Sasaki in Japan is fine. That's still 2 debatably top 5 fighters in the welterweight division fighting each other. I'm A-okay with that decision. Boots Ennis finally stepped up and he did the unification fight against Danny Onis. Great. Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios? Okay, if this was for a massive bag, I get it. But you're fighting for a non-pay-per-view event, so you're going to be fighting for free against a guy like Manny Pacquiao. Why? There are plenty of other fights to be making. But yet we're getting Manny Pacquiao and Mario Barrios. Is Manny Pacquiao even ready to fight in the ring? Why is he... I get he still loves the sport, but listen. You are an all-time great, a legend of the sport, a Hall of Famer. Why return? Why not just go pursue other things? If anything, do those little cheap expedition fights that you did last year, or those that are similar to that of what Floyd Mayweather keeps doing. Why is Manny Pacquiao doing a real legitimate fight? I get for its world championship, but against Mario Barrios. Why is Mario Barrios agreeing to this?
George Kambosos Jr., who once trained with Manny Pacquiao, says those sessions changed his career. He didn't just learn punches, he learned discipline, mindset, and how to push through limits. Kambosos often shares how Pacquiao taught him that boxing is just as mental as it is physical. Watching Pacquiao train showed him how to mix speed, smarts, and planning into one powerful strategy.
Trained with Manny Pacquiao had to be a huge asset for you, because even though Bay was probably your biggest name opponent up until then, you'd been, how many rounds had you done with Manny?
250 rounds over 3 world title campaigns.
So it started with the Jeff Horn fight?
It did, yeah. When Jeff got, obviously, the fight with Manny Pacquiao, I was in Los Angeles, and I was sparring his ex-sparring partners, Jose Ramirez and Ray Beltran. I was doing 5-5, and these guys are good fighters, former world champions. And Freddie come over and goes, Manny's got the Jeff Horn fight. So yeah, I'm hearing about it. He goes, well, you're sparring his sparring partners. How would you like to go against your countrymen and help Manny prepare?
Mario Barrios, a 29-year-old boxer from San Antonio, Texas, is the current WBC welterweight champion. He won the title in September 2023 with a dominant performance over Yordanis Ugas. Barrios knocked Ugas down twice and won by unanimous decision with scores of 118-107 and 117-108. This win was a big moment in his career, officially crowning him champion after Terence Crawford moved up to the super welterweight division.
One time I interviewed your sister, and she told me when you were kids, she would do the best in sparring. She would get the best of you.
Oh, yeah. I mean, usually.
When did that change, Mario? When did that change?
He wasn't the only guy she got the best of in San Antonio. She got the best out of everybody, man. Shit.
No, yeah, my sister's a beast, man. Like, she couldn't spar with other females a lot of times.
Unfair.
Yeah.
Mismatch.
She was like overwhelming, man. She was just naturally, strong. And, so yeah, most of the time, sparring partners, they were dudes. But, I mean, I couldn't really even, like spar with her serious, until I was, 17 or 18.
Wow.
Yeah.
Even though Manny Pacquiao is older and far more experienced, Mario Barrios is not underestimating him. Barrios is training as if he's going up against the Pacquiao from his prime. His camp is all business, and his coach has said they're treating this fight with the same focus and intensity as any title match. Barrios respects Pacquiao's legacy, but he's also hungry for a career-defining win. He knows facing a legend comes with risk, but the reward, both in respect and recognition, is huge. This isn't just another fight for Barrios, it's a chance to make history.
Mentioned, a lot of people are asking what's going on. Are the rumors true? Is it possibly Spence? Is it Pacquiao? Who is Mario Barrios sharing the ring with next?
You know what? He's put himself in a great position through hard work. He's a tremendous story when he turned pro and what he's been able to accomplish being a 2-time world champion. And I always told everybody, he fights all comers. When we fought Gervonta Davis, all my hats off to Gervonta Davis. But it was very difficult for us to make the weight. We were going to move up in weight. They presented us, with this opportunity, and he said, you know what, I'll bite down for it one more time. And then from there, obviously we had a tough loss, but it was a competitive fight. And his first fight at 147 pounds, he goes on and takes on Keith Thurman. No tune-ups, no getting used to the thing. Goes at that point is about as good as you can get in the division, and took on that. So he takes on all comers, all challenges. His first world title against Petirov, the Russian, is about as tough as you could have done at the time. And so I think he's earned the right now to be in the biggest, best possible fights. And now it's going to be up to Al Heyman and Louis DeCubas Jr. on what they see is best and fit for his career, whether that's, Pacquiao, Spence, if that's a unification with Boots Ennis.
The upcoming fight between Manny Pacquiao and Mario Barrios has caught the boxing world's attention. Fans and experts have mixed opinions, but many are intrigued. WBC President Mauricio Sulaiman has backed the fight, praising Pacquiao's legendary status and pointing out that former champions have made successful comebacks before. He said, "I do like the idea very much. I think Pacquiao can beat any fighter, or at least be competitive with any fighter." His words show that the WBC supports the fight and still sees Pacquiao as a major force in the sport.
We have Sean Gibbons here, Manny Pacquiao's right-hand man, advisor, head of MP Promotions. Sean, I know you spent a lot of time with Manny Pacquiao over recent weeks and months. There's a lot of conversations about Manny's comeback. What is the latest that you could offer and the update around the potential matchup with Mario Barrios?
Well, the latest is Manny's fighting an exhibition on 28th in Japan. So, you don't want to really look past that. But if he's successful there, Mario Barrios. We've talked about Conor Benn, which I believe was a great fight. That would have been a tremendous fight. We could have done it in England. We could have done it in the U.S. We could have done it in Riyadh season. But the fact that he wasn't able to come off the suspension, that put the brakes on that. So that brought us to Mario Barrios. He's the WBC world champion. Manny's first belt ever many years ago was a WBC belt. So I think it would have been a great story.
Floyd Mayweather thinks Pacquiao's return to the ring might be financially motivated, which is common among retired boxers. Many legends come back for one last big payday, especially if they haven't fully settled into life after boxing. Still, Mayweather admits Pacquiao remains more skilled than many active fighters. Known for fiercely protecting his undefeated legacy, Mayweather has had tense moments when others compare him to Pacquiao. In one case, YouTuber Showbiz the Adult said Mayweather got defensive when someone suggested Pacquiao might be greater. Mayweather even accused Pacquiao of using performance-enhancing drugs, showing just how much he cares about his place in boxing history.
Here we go. Who's greater than me? I said, Sugar Ray Robinson. He said, Sugar Ray Robinson, how many wins he got? I said, he got like over 150 wins. He stopped for a minute. He said, but who got more championship titles? Me or him? I said, hold on, Floyd. He said, answer the question. I said, Floyd, there's more titles now than then. There was just one then. That's no fair. Answer the question. I said, okay, you. Do I not have 28 titles? And I was just like, I don't know. He said, oh, you're supposed to be the expert. But the reason why I said that is because there's minor and major titles. Who else greater than me? I said Henry Armstrong, Roberto Duran. He said, oh my God. You said something about Pacquiao. Yeah, I said, I think you'll beat Pacquiao every day of the week, but I think he had a greater career. He said, you ain't think Pacquiao was on steroids? I said, he didn't fail any tests, Floyd. He said, look at me in my eyes. I can't say, man, he didn't fail. He said, oh man, you fake. I saw that as a initiation. This is what you about to get. Nobody's greater than Floyd. My thing is, he should feel that way, but you can't expect everybody to feel that you're the greatest, Floyd.
Even though Manny Pacquiao's recent exhibition matches had mixed results, new training footage released in early 2025 has reignited buzz among boxing fans. The clips show Pacquiao looking sharp, with the same fast hands, quick feet, and powerful punches that defined his prime. Many viewers were impressed by his conditioning and skill, leading to rumors of a full professional comeback. Still, critics argue that he has nothing left to prove. After all, he's the only boxer ever to win world titles in 8 weight classes. They say fighting WBC welterweight champion Mario Barrios after a 4-year break might hurt more than help his legacy. Some feel giving him a title shot over active younger fighters isn't fair. While no one questions Pacquiao's dedication, the big question remains: is this comeback a bold final chapter or a risky move that could tarnish his legendary career?
The WBC president Mauricio Sullivan has said Mario Barrios will face Manny Pacquiao this July. That's some crazy shit, bro. That's some crazy news. Manny Pacquiao is 46 years of age. He's making his return to the ring. And he said he wants to go out with a bang. He wants to finish his career as a champion. That's some crazy shit. Manny Pacquiao's professional record currently stands at 62 wins. 39 of those coming via knockout, 8 losses and 2 draws. Manny Pacquiao has one of the most impressive CVs in the sport of boxing. Just take a look at from 09, Ricky Hatton, all the way up until here. There's so many names: Timothy Bradley, Manuel Marquez, Shane Mosley, Joshua Cloteley, Miguel Cotto, Floyd Mayweather, Jesse Vargas. Like, there's so many names on this list.
Not everyone is cheering for Manny Pacquiao's return. Promoter Frank Warren and broadcaster Simon Jordan have spoken out, calling his comeback at age 46 both unnecessary and disappointing. They're especially critical of the WBC for ranking him 5th, despite a 4-year break and a lackluster exhibition fight in 2024. Warren questioned why Pacquiao gets an instant title shot against Mario Barrios, saying it hurts the sport's credibility. Some critics even compare Pacquiao's upcoming bout to high-profile exhibition fights, like Jake Paul vs. Mike Tyson, more spectacle than sport. They argue that letting an aging legend skip the line goes against boxing's merit-based system. Health concerns and whether Pacquiao is returning for love of the sport or for money only fuel the debate. Still, supporters point to his amazing shape and fierce dedication. To them, this comeback isn't a mistake. It's a powerful show of heart, determination, and the spirit that made him a legend in the first place.
Champion Mario Barrios to defend his belt against Manny Pacquiao. And about 7 to 8, maybe 9, 10 years ago, I would have said, hells yeah, if we had a Manny Pacquiao championship fight. But Manny's been retired for 4 years. He's 46 years old. His last fight was in 2021, and he lost to Ugas in a unanimous decision. I watched his exhibition bout against the kickboxer guy in Japan. That didn't look good. This is a bad idea. A really bad idea. And again, I think people will look at this and go, well, Jake Paul fought Mike Tyson, and yeah, that happened. And I also said that Mike was going to get really badly hurt, and it was a terrible idea for him to do that. And there were some health issues and everything else. Luckily, Mike didn't get super hurt in the fight, but this is a world championship level fight against a sitting world champion, and Manny does not belong in there. And again, I'm worried that he's going to get hurt badly.
Do you think Pacquiao's return adds to his legacy or takes away from it? Share your thoughts in the comments below.